People, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Bobby from Mentourme.com. Let me get my recording going. And we are ready. People, what's going on? You guys already know who it is. Your boy Bobby from Mentourme.com. As you guys know, when it comes to financial literacy, my goal is always to teach you guys the truth, teach you guys how to financially win, teach you guys what's going on in this world that we call life. Shouts out to everybody that's watching this live. Shouts out to everybody that's on, of course, YouTube. If you're on YouTube, make sure you click the like button, the subscribe button. Make sure you click the notification button because I got a lot of great content, and I've been pushing out content for years. And I want you guys to learn financial literacy, how to financially win. As you guys know, tonight, I promise you I will be talking about 10 things you should have in the ages of 30 to 50. Because, again, we got to realize we're getting older, okay? As we're getting older, there's certain things you should have in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. And we're going to talk about those things tonight, people. Make sure you guys share this video, like this video. Now, let's really think about this for a moment, okay? While growing up, a lot of us are not exposed to financial literacy. A lot of us are not exposed to learning how to financially win. So we grow up in this world doing things that we think make sense. And sometimes we get to a point of life where as we get older, we start to think it's too late. It's really never too late, but it's time you start learning. I always tell people there's never a such thing as the right time. But as you're getting older and you're trying to create wealth, you're trying to leave something behind, there's certain things you should have in your life at 30, 40, 50 years old. We're going to first talk about this, okay? Let's first talk about the importance of passive income, okay? We're going to talk about passive income versus stable income. Let's first talk about passive income. Passive income is when you're making money every single month. Money is working for you, okay? We got to understand how important that is in this world that we call life. You're 30 years old, you're 35, you're 40 years old, you still don't have passive income. What's that? What you're telling me is you're not investing into anything. And you got to realize, you got to look at life. As you get older, you can't work the same way you was working in your 20s, in your 15s and 18s. When you got that young energy, that's one thing. But when you get in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, passive income should be a part of your life. And you can only have passive income by investing. By investing into yourself, investing into real estate, investing into some type of asset that can produce money for you. So while you go to sleep at night, you're still making money. And a lot of us don't understand how important that is. As you get older, people don't think about retirement. You got to really think about your life. At the end of the day, you don't have to retire at 59 and a half. You don't have to retire at 65. You could retire at 40. You could retire at 38. But you can only do that by understanding the importance of passive income. Making money work for you, not you working for the money. Number two, I can't tell you how many individuals I meet that still at grown ages don't have stable income. People, it's so important to understand the importance of stable income because a lot of us still have jobs, which is not really a permanent thing. At the end of the day, when you work for a job, you could get fired any moment, any day, any second. But it's important to have stable income. You should have a career in your 30s, 40s, or 50s. You should have longevity, something that's holding you stable financially as you're getting older in the ages of 30, 40, and 50. Because a lot of us don't realize how important that is. You're growing up. The cost of living is super expensive. And you're asking yourself, well, how do I financially win? You can only financially win by one, having passive income, and you can only have passive income by investing. Two, you need stable income because without stable income, you can't save to invest. So it's imperative that you take time to understand the importance of stable income. That's a career. That's a great occupation, entrepreneurship. You having your own business, you having stable income, you having that passive income that's constantly coming in $5, $10, $20,000 a month. Passively, that's stable income. Number three, it's so funny, right? While I'm growing up, I'm always seeing people at grown adult ages still stressing about life. And we got to really think about this, okay? Really think about this for a moment, okay? You're a grown adult. You're 40 years old. You're 35 years old. You're 45 years old. You're still dealing with stress. And some of the stress that a lot of us are dealing with is other people's stress, which makes no sense to me. At a certain part of your life, there's certain things that you got to have in order. One is passive income. Two is stable income, okay? And three, you should have way less stress. Because when you have way less stress, you're happier. You're in a better state of mind. You're in a mental stable mindset. You got to understand how important that is if you're trying to financially win. A lot of people at grown adult ages still have so much stress in their life. And the stress that they have is because of decisions they made when they were in their 20s, when they were younger. Bad decision making habits can put you in a position as you get older to have a lot of stress. Number four, this is so crazy to say, but there's a lot of people still to this day that don't have emergency funds. People, I want you guys to understand, okay? At 40 years old, you should know how to save. You should have dollars saved up so you could financially win. You should be in a position where you can say, you know what, I could take $5,000 or $10,000 and invest into something at 30, 40 years old. At 30, 40 years old, you're still working check by check. You're still financially struggling. You're still trying to make ends meet. You are having financial problems because you were not focused on the most important part of life, which is making sure you pay yourself first every time you make money. And that's why a lot of people in this, it's so crazy, right? There's at least 80% of people in this world that don't have $1,000 saved that live in the United States of America. And you ask yourself, how is that even possible where there's jobs that's paying anywhere from $40,000 to $300,000 a year? How is that even possible that individuals don't even have $1,000 saved? What that tells me is either you're not managing your money right. Two, you're spending on needs. You're spending on, wants versus needs. Three, you simply are not understanding the value of the dollar. A lot of us were not taught how to manage our money before we make it. All we know how to do is spend money. And this is why we're living in a world in 2021. A lot of us still don't have money management habits that could benefit wealth. A lot of us right now are still struggling with emergency funds. There is 80% of individuals in this world that don't have $1,000 saved. And that's a real problem. You got to really think about that for a moment. You're 35 years old, you're 45 years old, you still don't have $1,000 saved. And you ask yourself, how is that even possible? We got to really understand the world that we live. All we do is constantly see infomercials on TV every single day. And all we're doing is constantly buying and spending and spending and spending. How is it that people at 35, 45 years old still don't have emergency funds? If you needed $10,000 right now, where would you go for it? Do you have it saved? If you needed $20,000 right now due to a major emergency, would you be able to find that $20,000? If you needed $5,000 right now, do you have $5,000 saved somewhere for emergencies? And you know, this may sound crazy for some people. It's like, well, 5,000 is nothing. Of course, I have that saved. But for others, they're still trying to figure out how they're going to survive in the next 7 days. And you ask yourself a question, how is that even possible in the world of abundance? Well, we're in a country where there's so many opportunities to make money. We're in a capitalistic country where there's so many ways for you to make money. The reason is a lot of us were still buying wants versus needs. We're still not managing our money right. We're still trying to chase other people's lifestyles that we can't afford. And that's why a lot of us still don't have money saved up for emergencies because we still have bad spending habits at adult ages. And I think at 30, 40, 50 years old, your spending habits should be in order. And I think it's so important because when your spending habits are not in order, you don't have emergency funds, you don't have passive income, you don't have money coming in, you don't have stable income, meaning you just don't have a stable job or a stable career, or your business is just not stable. You fall into a world of struggle. And a lot of us don't understand how important this is, what I'm talking about today, because a lot of people are at 40 years old, still working check to check, still complaining about life. And you ask yourself, how is that even possible when we're in a world of abundance, where there's people that make a 200, 300,000 a year, where we're in a world where if you have a degree or 2 degrees, you know the right people, you could definitely have a great stable job or career, which is what you should be fighting for. How is it that individuals still don't have, at 40 years old, a stable income, still don't have emergency funds? If something happened next week or tomorrow, there are some people that's watching this video that don't even have $1,000 saved. That's crazy. And what's crazy is some of them have kids. What's even crazier, some of them are married. So imagine this, you're married, you have no savings, You're financially working check to check. And you're asking yourself, what's next? What's next is that you start focusing on the things that I talked about today. You got to start getting, one, passive income. You got to start having investments that's making you money while you sleep. Number two, you need to start having stable income. If your job is not working for you, go get a better or higher paying job or add a skill to your job so you can have stable income. Number three, get away from negativity of life. A lot of us were fighting stress at 30, 40, 50 years old. You shouldn't be stressed at those ages anymore because life should be getting better. Life should be more stable when you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. But for some people, they're still financially having problems. Next thing I want to talk about is this, right? 30 years old, you're 35, you're 40 years old, you're 45, you still don't own a home. You still don't own any assets. That's a problem. You still don't own real estate. You still don't own a business if you wanted to become an entrepreneur. You still don't own a piece of land. You still don't even have nothing that's an asset to you. So you're telling me all these years of you living, you never decided to invest into anything. You never took a risk that could benefit your family's life. You never believed in yourself enough to say, hold on, there has to be something more than this. I can't tell you how many individuals I meet that's 30, 40, 50 years old. They own nothing. They have nothing to show for all the years of them living. And you ask yourself, how is that even possible? A couple of different reasons could have this possibility happening. One is this, right? Exposure, who you hang with. If you're hanging with individuals that don't own shit, that's problem number one. Number two, you constantly are just spending on things that you want to have. You're never investing into things that you need to have. Number three, you still till today don't understand the importance of passive income. People in this world, you got to understand you're getting older. In your 30s, 40s, and 50s, you should own a home. You should own assets. You should not just only have a depreciating asset, which is a car. You should have life insurance. You should have things that's putting money in your pocket. You should have things that's creating wealth for you and your family when you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. Why is there grown adults at 45 years old still renting? Still no ownership in anything. The only thing they own is a car. And if that, because why? You don't really own the car because if you're leasing it or you're financing it, you don't own it until you finish paying it off. So a lot of people in a weird way don't even own a car. And they're 45 years old. Some people are still staying with their parents. Now, some, I get it. Some people, you go through life and you have to sometimes take 3 steps back to move 10 steps forward. But for some people, grown men, grown adult men, grown adult women, at grown adult ages, let me get this right. You're 30, 40, 50 years old and you don't own a house. You don't own an asset. You don't own a piece of land. You don't own a business. You don't own real estate stocks. You don't own nothing. All you have is good looks. All you have is fancy cars. All you have is things that's never going to build you true wealth. A lot of us need to understand you're losing. A lot of us don't understand the importance of having assets at 30, 40, 50 years of age. People, this is one of those videos you got to share to help your friends out, to educate them so they can learn the truth of life. People, I'm talking about 10 things you should have when you're 30, 40, or 50 years old. We talked about passive income, okay? You should have things bringing you in money passively. We talked about stable income. You should have a stable job or career. We talked about the importance of having less stress. Why are you still stressing over other people's problems at 40 years old? We talked about the importance of having assets, people. How are you in this world, 40 years old, 35 years old, 50 years old? All you have is good looks and nothing else. What are you gonna pass that down to your kids? Good looks, that's it. You're not going to pass down any homes, any assets, any crypto, any stocks, any real estate, you're never going to own a home. You're never going to own anything. You're always going to rent and lease for the rest of your life. Some people think owning a car is a goal. Oh my God, I own a car. Oh my God, I have a Mercedes truck. Oh my God, I have a BMW truck. I own A car, a depreciating car. By the time you bought the car, $60,000, you drove it 2-3 years. By the time you finish paying it off in the fifth year, it's probably worth maybe 80% less than what you paid for it. It's crazy. And that's all a lot of us are invested into. Things that have no true value. The next thing I want to talk about, this is so crazy, but it's just the truth, right? Tell me, why is it that there's people at 30, 40, 50 years old still don't have a loyal friend? You still don't have one person you can call your friend. You still don't have one person that you can trust at 30, 40, 50 years old. At a certain point of life, you can't blame everything on everybody else. There has to be more to the problem other than them. It's you. You're telling me at 40 years old, 35 years old, you don't own a home. You don't have life insurance. You don't have passive income. You're still jumping from job to job. You're still financially struggling. And you still don't even have not even a loyal friend. And the truth is, you're going to play the blame game. It's all their fault. It's all somebody else's fault. It's never you. See, this is the problem with our world today, where we never want to be held accountable. It's never us. It's never you. Tonight, we're talking about 10 things you should have at 30, 40, 50 years of age. And a lot of people are having problems as they get older. No passive income, no stable income, no life insurance. Still dealing with a lot of stress at 40 years old and stress of other people's problems. Still own nothing, not a house. Still renting furniture, renting apartments, renting everything. What do you own, people? At a certain point of your life, you got to own something. And I would say a great starting point should be a house. The next starting point may be some land. Eventually, especially with the world of Robinhood and many other platforms as TD Ameritrade, eventually get into some stocks or crypto if it fits the criteria of things you want to build wealth with. But a lot of us, we own nothing. When you scroll down social media, all you see is a lot of people showing lifestyle. They're showing lifestyle that some of them truly can't even afford. They're just showing lifestyle. And it's sad because a lot of us don't understand the importance of it. Julie, what's popping? Baby, what's popping, man? I'm finally back in the building. I just thought I'd really share tonight the importance of us learning in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. These are things you should have. These are things you should have in place. And a lot of us, we're still financially struggling. We still have people that still don't have life insurance at 40 years old. 45 years old, you still don't have life insurance. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? You have kids, you have grandkids, some of you. You have no life insurance. What happens if you pass away tomorrow? And that's why I'm talking about this, because a lot of us don't understand the importance of the assets you should have when you're 30, 40, 50 years old. It's not just about good looks, people. It's not just about having brand names. It's not just about looking cool on social media. It's about owning something. It's about leaving legacy behind. It's about leaving assets behind. But for a lot of us, we're still chasing fame. We're still trying to be cool. We're still some of us being ignorant, not wanting to listen in life. And that's what's holding a lot of us back. A lot of us financially can't make it in life because why? All we're doing is constantly being ignorant. We don't like to listen to the truth. We don't like to listen to what really is going to benefit us in life. These are 10 things you should have in order in your life. Passive income, stable income, a steady job, steady career. You should have less stress. You should have life insurance, people, on you and your kids. No day is promised. You could die tonight. What did you leave behind? A car, a Range Rover, huh? A nice Mercedes. Wow. Lucky for your child, though. A lot of us don't understand sometimes how we fail our children, how we fail our nieces and our nephews when we don't leave anything behind. We're in a world right now where you could be investing into crypto. You could invest into stocks. You can invest into so many different avenues to make and create wealth. All you got to do is understand the opportunities that exist, and you'll be fine. Tonight, that's why I thought I'd share some of the top 10 things I think, I think it's important that you guys should listen to. Oh, man, this is a good one. A mature mindset. Hervey, what's going on, baby? People, it's so important to have a mature mindset. Shouts out to Hervey, man, real estate agent, doing this thing, man. I'm so proud of him. Father, husband, all that good stuff, man. I'm so proud of him. A lot of us need to understand how important it is to have a mature mindset as you get older. Because the decisions you make, I'm telling you, makes a difference to the success of your life. And a lot of you don't understand how important it is that you make the right decision as you're getting older. Decisions is everything to life. And a lot of you right now is making the right decision by watching this video, maybe applying certain things about this video in your real everyday life. At the end of the day, we got to understand time is ticking. You're getting older. Your energy is changing. Your life is changing every single day, every single second. Now, the reality is your mind changing? Is your mind changing to understand that the world of technology is here and is here to stay? Is your mind understanding that the world of crypto is here? The world of stocks is here. The opportunities of success is here. Are you able to understand the power of those opportunities and how to reap the benefits of it? Do you understand that in this world, struggling is an option when you're in the United States of America? Struggling is an option when you're in the United States of America. Because at the end of the day, you got to really realize this, man. It's all about people, it's all about relationships. It's not just about the degrees. You can have all the degrees in the world. If you're not a people person, if you don't have the right relationships, you're not going to go too far. That's just the honest truth. That's why tonight I'm talking about 10 things that a lot of us should have as we're getting older, as we're in our 30s, our 40s, or 50s. People, it's not just about the fancy cars. I get it. Some of you, that's all you think about. Oh my God, I got the newest Range, the Land Rover. I got the newest Mercedes. People, at the end of the day, do you have life insurance? Do you have emergency funds? If you needed $10,000 right now, do you have it? Do you own a home? Do you own anything for all the years of you living? These are questions you should be asking. Are you still renting at 45 years old? And if you are, why? Are you still mismanaging your money at those grown ages? See, these are things we got to talk about as a community, because a lot of people don't understand the importance of it. People, the painful truth is just the painful truth. We're always going to see social media as a tool where people look like their life is just perfect. And there's a lot of people that's hiding behind social media that don't have the life that they make it seem like they have. Some of these people that have all these fancy brand names sometimes don't own anything, no type of assets. Still renting, still moving from city to city, state to state, because they're not stable. They don't have number two of what I spoke about, stable income. They don't have number one, which is passive income. They don't have money working for them. A lot of us love to have this lifestyle where we just want to look cool. We're always worried about what other people are thinking about us, not realizing that at the end of the day, people, you got to create wealth. You're getting older. You got to start thinking about, how do you retire? Where do you retire? How much money do you need to retire? These are things to definitely consider, and you can only do that by investing. By investing into the stock market, maybe the crypto market, buying land. By having, of course, you can't invest without emergency funds. You can't invest without having savings. You can't invest without understanding the importance of investing and how to invest. So it's always imperative that you guys take time to understand your decisions every single day, people. It makes a difference to your growth of success. I'm always going to tell you that, because if you make the right decisions starting from now, you will live a better life 5 to 10 years from now. I'm telling you, if you stay alive from the man above, because nobody knows if they're going to stay alive. I always want to say that to people, because everybody thinks they're going to live forever. People never like to think about death. It is what it is. People, at the end of the day, no one has ever lived forever, and that's just the honest truth. That's why I spoke about today life insurance. If you're going to get term life, whole life, whatever the case may be, you need some type of asset. If you were to check out early, or when you check out, because we're all going to check out one day, but you want to have some type of asset that you left behind. And that asset, of course, could probably pay off your family $2-3 million if you left the right amount of asset for your family. I thought I'd share this because a lot of us don't understand, man. I spoke so far about 9 things that you got to have if you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. Number 1, passive income. Number 2, stable income. A stable income. It's so crazy. People are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s still jumping from job to job, still have no stability in their life, still financially struggling. And you're asking yourself, why? How is that even possible in a world of opportunities? It's your decision-making habits. It's the exposure. It's the people you hang around. It's your mindset. And that's why I tell people sometimes, go get educational books. Shout out to Tony Robbins and many other, of course, Robert T. Kiyosaki. There's so many Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. There's so many audibles or books if you want to read to educate your mind and teach you financial literacy. Of course, you can always subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have so much content on my YouTube. And of course, Instagram teaching you financial wealth. It's all possible. It's all a mind game. And the game that you're playing is winning. That's it. The game that you're playing is winning. And in order for you to win, you have to invest into yourself. You have to understand what investing is. You have to understand the importance of hanging with the right people. You have to understand that a car is just a depreciating asset. A car is not an asset. A car is a depreciating asset. It goes down in value by every day that you drive it. Every month you make a payment, you're losing owning certain cars. And a lot of you don't understand that. Today, I wanted to make sure a lot of us at 30, 40, 50 years old make the right decisions, people. Because again, you have nephews, you have kids, you have grandkids. And whatever you're teaching yourself right now, your kids, they're following your footsteps. So if you own nothing at 40 years old, which is pretty embarrassing, your grandkids or your kids are going to own nothing because they haven't known or seen better. And that's why I'm giving this video here a lot of value and emphasis, because I want you guys to understand growth is all in the mind. You should not be renting at 40 years old. You should have good credit. You should have life insurance. You should have something to show for all the years of you living other than a nice car, people. At the end of the day, be smart about your life. Be great. Love yourself. And never, ever stop investing into yourself. Last thing I want to talk about, and this is so important to myself. A lot of people always ask me, how do you constantly keep growing? How do you stay motivated? What's one of the key things you think a person should have at 30, 40, 50 years old? I think this is my secret recipe to life, and a lot of people will understand, or some people won't understand. You got to give back. You got to give back to people who need help, who want help. You got to give back in whatever form of giving back that you understand that you can possibly give back. And sometimes it's just time. My most valuable asset that I have is knowledge and time. And I try to make sure I give back time and knowledge to people who want to grow, just like you guys that's watching today. Because a lot of us are not exposed to financial literacy. That's why we're financially struggling. That's why we're letting companies give us 40, 50, 60, 70,000 a year and think it's a lot of money, because we're not aware of what's our true value in life. And that's why I'm always going to do these videos to educate you guys and have you guys understand the value of life. You could get paid $50,000 to $70,000 for the rest of your life. It's all up to you. But always remember, there's more. A lot of us don't understand. There's people getting paid $500,000 a month, $500,000 a week, $500,000 a year. Why are you settling at $50,000? Why are you settling at $80,000? Why are you settling at $100,000? Why are you settling at $150,000 a year when there's opportunity, when you can make $250,000, when you can make $300,000, when you can make $400,000 a year? Stop settling for less and start being great. This is your boy Bobby from Mentourme.com. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the likes. Shouts out to everybody that invested into the cryptos that I told you guys to invest into. Make sure you do your due diligence, man. And if you listened, you'll be all right. For a lot of you guys coming out to my show December 5th for the crypto show I'm doing, this show is going to be a great show, teaching you guys a lot of different tools that you may want to learn about and different cryptos I'm investing into. And a lot of cryptos that I'm making a lot of money on right now. And of course, I'm not invested into like Shiba the way you guys think. Because again, there's other cryptos that's out there. Also, I'm heavily invested into the stock market. I will be doing maybe 10 minutes of just explaining to you guys why am I invested into stock market, why am I invested into crypto, and how diversified I am into these two different asset classes. My goal is always to empower you guys mentally and hope that you guys get great information to better your future, better your life, and better your day. It's your boy Bobby from Mentourme.com. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel at Mentourme. Make sure you guys click the like button. Make sure you guys share this video, and make sure you guys continuously improve your mindset and make better decisions every single day of your life so you can be financially free. It's your boy Bobby from Mentourme.com. You guys have a great night. Make sure you guys follow me on Spotify at Mentourme, The Painful Truth. And starting next week, we are back with Relationship Thursdays, people, at 9 p.m. And every Tuesday night, I'm always going to be live on YouTube, giving you guys great value when it comes to, of course, financial literacy every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. And every Thursday night, I do my relationship topic every night alongside Mike, the advisor. You guys enjoy your night. Mentourme.com.